Good, thank you. And the free discussion is open about the lecture of Professor Luigi Boccuto and my lecture. If you have a question, please report in the chat to be reported to the speaker.
I have a question. You mentioned Nicotera. It is the beautiful village on the coast. So the diet there was quite, calorie poor. And Ansel Caius, you showed, he didn't, originally he started with Nicotera, but then he left it out. In his 7-country study, Nicotera doesn't appear anymore. Can you say, you know that why? Why was that?
Yes, thank you for the question. Nicotera is a very small village in our region, and after the Second World War, they represent the typical village of Italian tradition. For this reason, Ansel Keys arrived in Italy and during his presence, detect that in this area the age of the subject is very high, reported to other countries, and that in this population don't found a limited number of patients with chronic cardiovascular diseases. However, in this first step, he studied this population. However, for the problems with found, the study in Nicotera are not continued. And for this reason, in the 7-country studies that you report is a very good and important study, are being included other villages and other cities of Italian context, like to Cilento or like to Rome. However, in this moment, this type of diet now in Calabria, where the region where this diet was detected, defined for the first time, is very limited. And like to other European and Western world, we know a diet founded on junk food. And this is the problem, also because our population, in particular young people, are obese. For example, Calabria and Campania, our south region, are the region with the high percentage of obese child in Europe. And this is a big problem. Thank you for your question.
Thank you.
Professor Rouabia from Algeria reported, asked, in many times patients with NAFLD have comorbidity treated by drugs, like to diabetes patients. What about treating two conditions with one drug, like in diabetes, metformin or liraglutide? I replied to Professor Rouabia. Yes, one treatment is ideal. However, until now, international guidelines report that the only strategy, the only approach to treat this type of condition is represented by lifestyle change. We hope in the near future, with many phase 2 and phase 3 studies that are coming, to have new and many treatment to approach this type of patients, like to obeticholic acid and other that we can arrive in the near future. However, until now, FDA and EMA don't approve no treatment. Thank you for your question. And I want to ask to Professor Boccuto for his excellent presentation. What do you think about the application of this recent study in clinical practice, from bench to bedside? What is the the near future for our clinical practice? Thank you.
Thank you for the question. It's a very important one, and I think that it has different impact on different healthcare systems. For example, a healthcare system like here in the United States, where the private insurance component is very important, has to quantify the financial impact of genomic stratification of the population. For example, screening individuals carrying the PNPLA3 frequent variant, the I148M, might prevent hospitalization and lifelong treatment for a lot of patients, because it might help us to work on the environmental factors. So introducing a healthier diet, a healthier life hygiene, drugs that will prevent the accumulation and the promotion of lipogenesis might have a dramatic positive impact on the health of the individuals, but also on the healthcare cost. In general, it's a matter of spreading the culture of preventing liver disease by acting on the modifiable effects. We're on the edge of genome editing with CRISPR-Cas and other editing technologies. And so soon enough, we should be able to change also the genetic factors. But for now, I believe that implementing genomic profiling, implementing the culture of prevention, like working on the diet, as you mentioned in your presentation, Professor Benavoli, is going to be critical, because it will introduce a new approach, not only to the liver disease, but to the metabolic disease in general.
Thank you, Professor Boccuto. If you don't have other question, no.